What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction, and in this one we have is the U.S.-India alliance falling apart? I hope not. I guess we're about to find out though. Before we dive in, if you happen to enjoy the video, don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a like, and if you would like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. And without further ado, let's get right to it.
Alright, let's get another question here. It's RRPC7YV asks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, clever person. I know that
Doesn't
person.
say.
I know that
This question says, for Cleo Pascal, are you of French origin?
J'apprécie la question, puis ça me fait plaisir de vous répondre, mais je ne suis pas.
It's like nails on a chalkboard. Just grading.
I am not, and it's that that cunning little K that slipped into the Pascal that will tell you that it was actually a much longer Eastern European name that got effectively Ellis Island, so to speak, on passing the border. So I am not, but I did grow up in rural Quebec, and I went to French schools for the first 11 years of my education.
Okay.
Ça suffit?
I guess. Yeah. And you were always nice enough to bring us some maple syrup sometimes.
J'essaie. Yeah. Do you want me to answer all the rest of the questions
No.
in French?
You want me to answer all the rest of it? No. Did he let him finish? No. We don't. We don't understand you well enough. English. It would be
Less
great.
than
As long as
ideal.
we don't have to answer them in French, you can feel free to answer them in French, as far as I'm concerned.
Dwayne Lukasek asks, will the U.S. organize a recreation of the old CETO-like treaty, including India, Vietnam, and others, against China to show unity? Today, these countries seem disorganized in their response to Chinese aggression.
So what the U.S. seems to be doing is creating a bunch of mini-laterals. So we saw it recently with the Japan, South Korea, U.S. thing that's been going on. But I can tell you from the Indian perspective, they feel like they're not being included. So, and in fact, they feel like the Quad is in abeyance. Quad needs top-level meetings, and there was one that was scheduled for early this year in Delhi, but President Biden couldn't attend, canceled. In retrospect, that may be for health reasons, and that was a concern at the time.
True.
That was one of the reasons. But without that kind of top-level leadership, the feeling is that the Quad is not all that it could be at the moment. And similarly, the feeling is that, and you hear this a lot in Indian strategic circles, that the U.S. is pushing ahead with a lot of these other clusters like AUKUS or Japan, South Korea, and others. There are others as well, but none of them are including India.
I feel that, and from videos that I have seen, it does seem like the India-U.S. alliance is there, but it really does seem like the U.S. does leave India out of a lot of things. It's where India has to like go start their own group. What is it? G7? India. I don't believe India's in G7. And India started BRICS. Was it BRICS? I believe it was. But I feel like things that India's voice should be heard on, because they are the country with the biggest population of people in the world. They are a rising economy. And U.S. might be doing that intentionally just because they don't want India, I guess, to rise to becoming a superpower, and so they're leaving them out of a lot of things. I don't know if it's intentional, but I do know from videos that I've seen, it does seem the U.S. is doing a lot of things with other countries, but India is consistently getting left out. I will say that, even though I know Modi just came and visited the U.S. not too long ago, New York, I believe. But yeah,
So that's disconcerting. And there's some other things going on as well. There's, for example, I don't know whether there's going to be a question about Bangladesh, but, during these, depends also on when this is going to air, but there have been some real problems in Bangladesh. The prime minister fled the country, and in the immediate aftermath of that, there have been just horrific targeted attacks on Hindus. Like just the most horrible, heartbreaking things are going on. And there's been at this point, sort of a few days out, very little response from the U.S. on that.
Wow.
And that's making the Indian strategic community talking openly about what the U.S. role could have been in what was going on. That's the level of lack of trust there is right now with the U.S. Because remember, there was the whole thing with Afghanistan, where $80 billion worth of weapons were left behind in the hands of people who are not fond of India. Then there's this lack of engagement with the Quad. So in terms of these alliance things, for me, if you are really serious about China, you want to work with India.
Exactly.
India's redesigning its military. It's banned TikTok. It's banned WeChat. It's very far ahead on understanding PRC political warfare. And the messages that are being sent, the messages that are being...
I completely agree with her 100%. If you are serious about responding to China's aggression, you want to work with India. Why would you not want to? India's right there next to China. India's already taken steps in banning certain things from China. What do you say? WeChat, TikTok, different things. India is building their military. They're coming up with military strategies to deal with China if China chose to attack. They're creating strategic partnerships. So if you're serious, why would you not? I do agree with that. And then in trusting the U.S., I mean, there's a reason. I feel like America doesn't have the best past. I feel like when working with countries, not the best past in the world. And so I can understand the distrust. And it's like, well, did the U.S. have a role in Bangladesh being overthrown, the leader being overthrown, in these attacks on Hindus because the U.S. isn't giving a position. They aren't saying anything. They aren't standing up. I can understand it.
To be accurate, received by the defense and strategic community in India is that the U.S. is not, at least State Department, maybe defense, but State Department is not serious about engaging with India on this stuff.
Yeah, they should just be patient. We don't really have a president right now.
Yeah.
As a couple months, we'll have someone.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yes. So and it's useful to read the Indian press to see what they think about the various options. And what that might mean for India. And a lot of it is in the context of China. So they'll look at Harris-Walz ticket in the context of what do they think about China? Because from that strategic community's perspective, if you're not worried about China, you're not going to take India as seriously as you could. If you are, then you do. So it's India should be taken on its own merits, but it tends in Washington, at least in the strategic community, to be a byproduct of that individual's view of China.
Shall you another question?
Or any thoughts on that? What do you guys think about these?
No, we don't have any thoughts. You're trying to turn this on us again, Cleo.
Yeah.
We didn't invite you on so we could talk amongst ourselves. We do that plenty. But usually the direction goes in talking about Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, so I heard that you described the ending to Shelley and it was like 10 minutes of spoilers.
Yeah, that got cut.
Oh, okay.
Were you?
I'm interested.
You're interested in Battlestar Galactica spoilers?
Hey,
you watch this?
So Shelley, you want to pick a question out of the hat?
So you want a quick question out of the hat? Yeah, I 100% believe that yes, the U.S. should be. I mean, if you're taking China seriously, working with India is the obvious thing to do. If you're not taking China seriously, then it would make sense on why you're not working with India, but it wouldn't make sense on why you're not taking China seriously. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section about that video. And then who do you guys want for press in India? What candidates are you guys? What candidate are you guys rooting for over in India? I would love to hear that from you. If you don't want to, I shouldn't even ask. That's not even a right thing to do. If you don't want to answer, please do not. If you do not want to, please. Yeah, I don't want to start any arguments in the comment section. So I'll pull that question back. You don't have to answer that. Sorry. If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. And I'll see you guys next time.